Good.
I'm going to sit up here and hang out with you if that's okay for you.
Yes, sir.
So, how old are you?
13 now.
All right. So, you in school?
Yes, sir.
What grade are you in?
I'm going to 8th.
8th grade. Very cool. What school are you going to?
Georgetown Middle School.
Very cool. You ever been in a courtroom before?
No, sir.
Oh, thank goodness. That's a good place to not be, huh?
Yes, sir.
Do you know the defendant in this case, Mr. Ronnie Todd?
Yes, sir.
How you know him?
Him and my dad used to be really close. He'd come over all the time.
Were you friends with Mr. Todd?
Yes, sir.
You known him for a long time?
Yes, sir.
About how long you think you've known Mr. Todd?
Basically my whole life.
Okay. Did you call him by a nickname or anything?
Uncle Ron.
Yeah, but he's not really your uncle, right?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you know a young lady by the name of Emily Richitelli?
Yes, sir.
And how did you know Miss Emily?
So obviously Ron and Emily would come over, so that's also how I knew Emily. And then Emily would start coming over with my dad.
Okay, very good. And it's tough to remember dates, right? So let's go back. We're talking about around July of 2022. Does that sound about right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me about your mom's present in the courtroom, right?
Yes, sir.
And so your mom and dad, they're not together, right?
No, sir.
And so where were you staying? Where were you laying your head at night during that period of time back in July of 2022?
I stayed with my mom, but I went to my dad's house every other week.
Okay, so every other week you'd stay with Ashley?
Yes, sir.
Very good. You do cool stuff with your dad?
Yes, sir.
Like what?
We used to ride ATVs, go to the river neck, which is not a river. It's like an ATV park, and fast tracks and all stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes with Mr. Todd, ride four-wheelers with you guys too?
Yes, sir.
So is it safe to say that you've heard Mr. Todd, the voice, quite a few times?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you recognize if you heard it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been beating around the bush. May as well start talking about it, huh?
Yes, sir.
Let's go back to around July 20th to 21st, right around midnight.
Yes, sir.
Where were you staying?
I was at my father's house.
Okay. Is anybody else in the house there?
Emily Richitelli.
Okay. So 3 folks in the house, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Your dad, Ashley?
Yes, sir.
You?
Yes, sir.
And Emily?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You like to play video games?
Oh, yeah.
Your dad let you have a phone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And will tell us about what happened on the run-up to about midnight. Now, let's go a little earlier in the night, around 11 o'clock, to something bad happened. And tell us what happened.
I was sitting in the living room around 11. I was watching John Wick 4, and my dad and Emily were in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Nothing. Everything's fine.
Yes, sir.
Then what happened?
Around midnight.
Sure.
I went to use the bathroom, and then I heard somebody come in, and I heard a voice. I knew whose voice it was, and they said, "You want to talk trash?" And then I heard about 8 gunshots. But before those gunshots, my father was screaming, "Run, run, 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 run." And then he went silent, but Emily was still screaming, and then she went silent. So later I walked out. I sat in the bathroom for a few minutes, and then finally I came out. I opened the door. I didn't see anybody. I walked over to my father, and he was face down, and Emily was like this. And I kicked my father because I thought he was just scared, you know what I'm saying? He was just laying there, and he didn't know what was going on. And I kicked my father, and he like kind of leaned over, and then blood started coming out. And then I heard him like choke up, and I grabbed Emily's phone, but it was a newer iPhone, and newer iPhones, they don't have the 911 call button right here that you can just press. So I ran to my neighbor's house, and I started beating on their door, and they finally opened the door, and I told them what happened.
So let's go back to the beginning. You hear the sliding door open? Is that what you testified
to?
And then you heard some words, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As your testimony, those words were spoken by Ron Todd?
Yes, sir.
Because you recognize his voice, is that safe to say?
Yes, sir.
And then I think you said your dad said a couple things, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Could you describe to the court and to this jury what his tone of voice or what you think he was sounding like when he said that?
Fearful. He was scared.
Okay. And about how much time do you think? It's tough to, time stands still, right?
Yes, sir.
But how much time do you think happened from the time you heard your dad say, Ron, 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 until you heard what you described as gunshots?
At least 5-6 seconds.
Okay. Did you hear any other conversation or argument at that point in time?
No, sir.
Okay. And when you came out, you said you waited a little bit before you went out?
Yes, sir.
Why'd you do that?
Because I didn't know if he was still in the house.
Okay. And then when you came out, I think you described, I won't push you too much, but did you see blood at that point in time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you said you tried to check on your dad.
Yes, sir.
What video game were you playing back on your phone back in there? Were you on your phone in the bathroom before this?
Yes, sir.
With a good time going before
Yes, sir.
it turned really bad? What game are you playing?
I can't remember it's something with arrows. Like, it's like Bowmasters. I think that's what it's called now.
I don't know what that one is.
It's like, I can't remember. I think that's the name, Bowmasters.
Okay. Well, I'll ask you a tough question. Take you back to that moment in time when that sliding glass door opened and you heard a man's voice. Do you see that man who spoke those words to your father in his courtroom today?
Yes, sir.
Who is that?
Ron Todd.
Is he sitting right over there?
Yes, sir.
All right, let the court reflect that Ashley Jr. identified the defendant as the man that came in that house. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Yes, sir.
I have no further questions for you.
Oh my gosh, doesn't your heart break for that precious young man? I'll tell you what, he did an awesome job testifying. That was not easy for him to do. And kudos to the prosecutor. What a great job he did in making him feel comfortable and empowering him to get on the stand and give such tough testimony about finding his dad. We're going to hit a break. When we come back, he's going to be cross-examined by Todd's defense team.
A woman's remains found scattered throughout a 3-mile area.
Now, a former naval officer stands trial accused of killing his wife.
The dismembered wife murder trial. Live coverage today on Court TV.
These are the cases that captivated the world.
Couldn't keep my life straight.
They were killed by their own children.
That challenged the legal system and ourselves. Court TV, Legendary Trials.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Julie Grant. It's great to have you with us on this Tuesday. So we're airing a trial that we were unable to broadcast live because the judge said you have to wait until it's over to show it. So when it ended late last week, got the verdict for this guy, now we're able to bring it to you. And what we did was we put out the very best moments so that any lulls are taken out. So we're watching it together this morning. This is a trial of Ronnie Todd Jr. This guy is accused of murdering his ex-girlfriend, and her new love interest, John Ashley Altman, is the new love interest. And his son, who's now 13 years old, he was 9 at the time of the incident, found his dad deceased. He just did a great job giving his direct testimony. Now it's time for him to be crossed. Here we go.
John, I got to ask you some questions, if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. And I'll be as brief as I know how to be, being a lawyer and all.
Yes, sir.
All right. But that night, well, let me back up. You said that your dad and Ron had been friends for a lot of years, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you've known Ron all of your life.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And y'all did things together.
Yes, sir.
In fact, y'all would go over to Ron's house and spend time working on an old boat that they had over there.
Yes, sir.
Right? You and your dad. And y'all played pool together.
Yes, sir.
Right? Had pool tournaments, in fact.
Yes, sir.
Right. Over a period of time. And Emily was Ron's girlfriend during that first part of that time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And somehow she and your dad then started seeing each other.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so she came to move in with you and your dad?
Yeah, she didn't necessarily move in. She was just staying there.
Okay. All right. And so there, at that point, there got to be some animosity between your dad and Ron.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And animosity means that there was a problem between the two of them as a result of Emily moving in or starting to date your dad.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And had your dad talked to you about that, about the relationship that he was having with Emily and how that was affecting his relationship with Ron?
No, sir.
So he never brought it up to you?
No, sir.
Y'all never talked about the fact that Emily was Ron's girlfriend who had been doing things with y'all for all that time, and now she's now your dad's girlfriend? Y'all never?
No, sir. He seen that I already knew.
Huh?
He seen that I already knew.
Your father knew that you already knew?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And so during that time frame, when Emily is starting to see your father, did y'all hear rumors about what was going to happen, that Ron was out to get your dad?
Your Honor, I'm going to object to rumors of speculation, especially on the part of a single-digit.
My counsel approached the bench.
Let me ask you, did your dad ever talk with you about the fact that he and Ron were having issues after he'd gotten with Emily?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Did Ron ever come over to your house that you're aware of after your dad got with Emily?
No, sir.
Did you and your dad ever go to visit Ron with Emily after your dad and Emily started seeing each other?
No, sir.
Okay. The night when this happened, you said that you were in the bathroom, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And how far is your bathroom from where your dad and Emily were found? What's the distance? Do you have any idea? Like how far from where you were in the bathroom to where they were on the floor?
It was the next wall over.
Okay. Closer than I am to you or further away?
This is the bathroom. This is the wall. This is where they were.
Okay. So closer to that.
Yep.
Just the thickness of the wall.
Yes, sir.
Is all that were between where you were and where they were.
Yes, sir.
When you came out. Okay. Now, let's talk for a second about what you say you heard of that night. Tell us again when you say that you heard the sliding glass door, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, you were on your phone playing, what was it?
Bowmasters.
What's it?
Bowmasters.
Bowmaster?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, what kind of game is that?
It's where you can you pull the arrow back and you try to hit the person that's further away from you.
Okay. All right. So you were on your phone playing that game. Does that game have a sound device attached to it, or is it just?
I had my phone turned all the way down.
Okay. So you had your phone turned down. Now, where was your dog?
Hydro? He was outside.
He was outside.
Yes, sir.
Not inside.
No, sir.
So how did Hydro get in the house? You don't know?
When the sliding glass door was open.
When the sliding glass door was open, when?
When the suspect came in the house.
Okay, so you're saying Hydro came in the house when the suspect opened the door?
Yes, sir, I would imagine.
Huh?
I would imagine.
Okay. All right, so was Hydro barking when the person came in?
No, sir.
All right. And do you recall saying that when you ran out of the house to go to the neighbor's house that Hydro was in the backyard barking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if Hydro's in the house, how does he get back out into the yard to be barking when you're going to the neighbors?
Because he went inside and then went back outside.
Okay. When you came out of the bathroom in order to go to the neighbor's house, was the sliding glass door open or closed?
It was open, and I did not close it behind me.
And you did not close it?
No, sir.
All right. So when you left the house to go to the neighbors, that sliding glass door was open?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But there was no one else in your house that you know about when you ran out to go to the neighbors. There was no one else at your house?
No, sir.
Okay. And your testimony is that Hydro, the dog, was also in the house when you came out of the bathroom.
Yes, sir.
All right. And that when you heard Hydro barking outside, well, let me rephrase that and ask you this way. When you were running to the neighbor's house, did you hear Hydro barking outside?
When I came out the bathroom, Hydro was barking, and then when I looked back, Hydro was already running outside. So by the time I got outside, he was outside barking.
You said that you heard voices and that, so I want you to tell us what you heard. When you're in the bathroom and you hear the sliding glass door, right? Tell us what you heard from that.
Ron said, so you want to talk trash. My father started saying, run, 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 and then he went silent. But while my father's saying, run, 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 Emily's also screaming. But Ron, my father, he went silent. And then Emily, she was still screaming, and then moments later, she went silent.
Okay. Now, did your father's silence or Emily's silence happen prior to shots being fired or after a series of shots?
After a series of shots.
Okay. So after a series of shots, your father stopped.
Yes, sir.
Saying, run, run, run.
Yes, sir.
And then your Miss Emily, so another series of shots were fired and Miss Emily stopped.
Yes, sir.
Saying anything. Do you recall what Miss Emily was saying?
No, she didn't say anything.
She never said anything?
No, sir.
Screamed?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, later, the next day or two, they took you to talk to a counselor, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. You remember that?
Very foggy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. And it's okay if you don't remember. I'm just asking you.
Yes, sir.
If you don't remember, just say you don't remember. It's all right.
Yes, sir.
If they took you to a counselor, do you remember the conversations that you had with that particular counselor?
No, I don't remember, everything we said.
All right. Do you remember a conversation that you had with the police officers afterwards?
After the shooting?
Yes.
That night? No, sir. Not that I recall.
Did you have a meeting with the police the next day? You and your mom?
No, sir. We had a meeting with the police that night.
Okay. All right. But you don't remember your conversation with them?
No, sir.
Okay. That's fine. And let me ask you this. Now, in regards to your conversations with law enforcement, since this all happened, have you met with different people to talk about what happened?
No, sir.
All right. They never sent you to a doctor, a therapist,
No, sir.
a counselor
No, sir.
at all?
No, sir. Except for that one day.
Okay.
But I didn't request one. I didn't need one.
Okay. You didn't need a counselor?
No, sir.
Did you ever have a conversation with law enforcement since then?
I can't recall.
All right. Have you ever met with the solicitor since then?
Yes, sir.
All right. How many times do you think you met with him?
2.
All right. All right. And when was the last time you met with him?
I can't recall.
Okay.
It wasn't that long ago, though.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't that long ago.
Wasn't that long ago?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you meet with him shortly after this had occurred?
No, sir.
All right. So you had 2 meetings. Now, you also had a meeting with him this morning, right?
Yes, sir.
And did they ask you about what you were going to say and what you were going to testify to, is what I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did y'all go over that?
Yes, sir.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.